Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. It is Monday, March 20... Today is Monday, March 27th. It's the last Monday of March. It's not a happy Monday. The world is not a happy place. So, for those of you who don't live in the States that watch us, massive tornadoes in Mississippi and Alabama. Well, massive tornado in Mississippi Friday evening. Completely wiped out the community of Rolling Forks. Like, there is nothing left of the town, they're saying. And it stretched for 59 miles to the city of Silver City, Mississippi. Devastation all along in Mississippi. Tornado touchdown in West Point, Georgia, Sunday morning. Not as strong, but it has done some major damage to the city. And then today there was yet another school shooting in this country. So,
that's the first I've heard of it because I don't watch the news. Bless America.
Excuse me. So,
not that it really matters for what age range.
The victims were 3 9-year-old girls and 3 of the teachers at their Christian elementary school.
Adult or kid shooter?
The shooter was a 28-year-old female.
The what?
There's something to the story because she was transgender, so I'm sure there was something. There's more to the story than we know at this time. So, very somber day here in the States, I must admit. But we're going to try to brighten the week just a little bit.
You need to tell me about this crap before we start filming.
I'm sorry, I thought you were paying attention to the news. You do. You pay attention to it at times. We're going to try to brighten the day up a little bit. As you can see, I'm wearing my Easter Bunny ears. That, the lady who runs the environment committee over at the church got all of us Easter Bunny ears. We did some work on Friday to, get ready for Easter. So, excuse me. Hopefully, none of you who watch us, because I know we have some folks in the South who watch us, hopefully none of you who watch us that were in the South were affected by the severe storms that went through over on Friday. Saturday, we had thunderstorms and high winds for the duration of the afternoon. They did calm down in the evening, thankfully.
Yeah, but it was... The winds were so bad, we drove across the street.
We drove over to church because we were a little concerned about safety.
Yeah, also, like, there is nothing on the way in there. We're the tallest things for a good 50 to 100 feet plus in most of the walk. And I just, no, with how the lightning was earlier in the day, I didn't want to take any chances.
Yeah. Thankfully, we didn't lose power. Part of the village lost power, but we did not, so that was good.
So, in other words, Mother Nature just looked at America and went, die!
And we have another storm system coming across. So, I guess, from what I just saw in the news, we're going to get a clipper system here Wednesday. It'll be more rain than snow, but it will be cool. It'll probably make driving home from PSR just a blast. And then Friday evening, we're supposed to get wind and rain. Yeah. Alright.
If you're from the South, please comment that you're okay. Please.
They were talking on one other channel this afternoon when I got home from Monday stitching about we really need to do something in this country to help a lot of these southern communities, because there's a lot of communities in the South not just that they're mobile homes, but that they're slab foundations because you can't dig a basement down there because of the land, because of how the land is.
I believe that's referred to as the Appalachian Mountains.
And, yeah.
The foothills, there's a lot of rock around there. If you want to dig a foundation, you're going to need TNT. I'm not kidding, by the way.
No, down in where this tornado went through Mississippi this weekend, or this past weekend, the soil is very loose.
Ooh, the other problem.
Yeah, so you can't really dig a proper foundation, and it's so much. And it makes for good farmland. Unfortunately, it doesn't make for good land to put a house to tend those farms. So.
Yeah, there's only one safe way to do it, and that's expensive as crap.
Yeah, so hopefully we're going to cheer up a little bit today, get some Easter vibes going, because this is the week prior to Holy Week. Palm Sunday is Sunday, and then we're into Holy Week and Easter. And you know what else happens between Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday?
I'm not going to say it, I don't want to die.
Why would I kill you?
I'm not mentioning that milestone. You can do it.
Oh, I have a milestone birthday coming up on Thursday, April 6th. It's a big one. 4-0.
I am a smart man. I am not going to make a comment at all. I want to... You're still beautiful. You're still young and beautiful to me.
Thanks! I don't feel young. Everybody tells me I'm still young, but I don't feel young. So.
No, it really scares me. It's like, everybody's like, live healthy. I'm like, I don't want to live till I'm 90. No, it doesn't sound fun. I don't understand, all the mythology about being immortal.
Well, I don't really want to die when I'm 50, though.
Oh, I'm talking like 70, 80. Okay, I am counteracting.
These ears aren't gonna last because they kind of are slippy. So the ears are probably gonna come off for the rest of the.
I gotta shout out the commenters.
Yes, you missed. Shout out our commenters. You must shout out our commenters.
Honey. Hey y'all, what's up?
That probably wasn't a good thing to do.
Sorry.
Noise today.
Well, that's all of it. That's what I need to do. Andrea, Teresa, Lynn, and Susie Scott.
Thank you all so much for commenting on last week's video. We appreciate that you watch. Why don't we move into it? Whips.
I organized it. Literally, that's what I spent the week doing. Was just getting all my stuff organized, getting it in. I had all 4 of the elemental dragons between 2 bags, and one of the bags I actually forgot where I put it because I put it in the side. I put the entire project in the side pouch of one of my backpacks. I don't even know where the floss that went with it went. All I know is I have 5 more skeins, so I don't really care.
Okay, then.
Because those 6 skeins was 6 skeins, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know where the rest of it is. I think I might have actually been at the end of it.
You might have.
But, yeah, so I actually finally found, 10 minutes before we started filming, Elemental Dragon's Fire, and, well, yeah, I'm happy. I found it all. I got it all sorted. So now I should be able to get something done.
You do want to stitch on it. So.
This isn't planned yet. I'll talk about that later.
Yes. Let's move along here. Alright, let us start with, I worked on Jardin Privé's Scissors and Bobbins. No, I can't pronounce it in French. No, I'm not going to try. I did my last 2 March monthly letters on this for the acrostic. I did the I and the R. Because these flowers look like impatience. There's another one that's going to be on the other side. And then over here somewhere there's a sun with his rays. That's what I went with. But I did 748 stitches. And this side is all done. So this side, my right side, here is all finished. So this has moved into the almost finished pile. Because
did you have a half-finished pile?
I have almost finished, never did it, or not anywhere close to finished, and then somewhere in between. I'm going to call this one almost finished, though, because the stitches do go on pretty fast on it, so.
Yeah, I'd say about 60%, maybe 65%.
Yeah, the stitches go pretty quick, because it's a lot of, as you can see, it's a lot of,
space.
Solid color stitching. And I hiccuped. So, and this and all of the materials. I do know what fabric this is on. This is on 32 count light mocha Belfast linen. The wonderful Victoria kitted this up and gave this to me for my birthday several years ago. So, alright, next. These days I'll get a cover photo of this printed out. Probably not, actually. Next, I took Supernaturals back out for Goldfish Week. Stitch on the colors of goldfish. There are brown goldfish and there are black goldfish, and those are the colors that I used. This is on 32 count heirloom even weave by the Slovak Farm. And so I worked on the brown bats on here on the sides, because I haven't been putting those on. I don't know why. And then I worked on, I finished no, I'm not real confident in my pronunciation of that word.
What is it?
Shataraga, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. What the heck is that supposed to be? Okay.
Witch. So this was my brown, and then this, finishing up this gave me my, with the black, and that is what got me to 402 stitches. So I did get a little bit more in on that. And then we let the hubby, well actually, the hubby picked out, no, you did not pick out scissors and bobbins. I picked that out because I knew I could finish my last 2 months with it. Hubby picked out Carolyn Manning's Arctic Blast, because I have now stitched on everything in my whip pile at least once this year. So, hubby picked out Arctic Blast by Carolyn Manning for me to stitch on. And I chose this as my pattern as my whip. The designer has more than 40 patterns. I stopped counting at 50. I pulled up her, I pulled up Carolyn Manning's tab on Hoffman's, and there's 25 on a page, and I think she had 9 pages. There's 20 something on a page, and she had like 9 pages.
25. That's 200 plus.
Yeah, don't quote me on 25 on a page. It might be less, but it's over 20. It's over 20 and under 25. I stopped counting. So, I did all of my work over here. This is just on a white 18 count Ada. Because this is all whole stitches. There's no fractionals, there's no backstitch. And I did mostly it was all in this here that I worked. I did 425 stitches on it. And I am missing one of the blues. I went to Hobbs of Lobs today and didn't look for it.
Let me know what type. Text me what type.
Okay.
Random side note.
What?
Would you like to know why I picked this pattern?
Why?
There's a video game for the PlayStation 2. Yes, it's old. Called Xenosaga Episode 1. And my favorite attack, it's one of those RPGs where they say the name every time they do an attack. And my favorite character that I used the most common said Arctic Blast. So literally, I heard Arctic Blast a few thousand times. I've beaten the game more than once. I really like the game. Those are the games I sold with the PS2, by the way.
Okay. Alright. Then you picked? I picked. I don't remember at this point.
What is it?
Quaker Turtle.
Yeah, I believe so. I did.
Yeah, you did pick it out. ARTM's Quaker Turtle. No. I picked this. I did pick this.
Okay. No, I was planning on it. It was never an option. That's why I didn't see it. Okay.
Yes. So this is on a piece of 32 count Slovak Farm Aquamarine. The colors look awful on camera. They look spectacular in person. And I have to admit, this piece of fabric took the dye funky. So, I stitched on this for something that is older than 3 months, because this is older than 3 months. And my longest whip, on one side, it is 305 stitches. That is my longest whip on one side. It beats any Mirabilia I've got by about 50 stitches. So, I finished the head. And then I went up here and started working on this flipper because I realized when I pulled it out that I had done this flipper work and then come back and done this whole motif and started his head, and the flipper wasn't done.
So no frogging though?
No frogging. Well, there was a little bit of... There's always a minimal amount of frogging in this. I don't know why. Just can't count with this thing. I am stitching this with Weeks Dye Works Bethlehem, by the way. And I hate how it looks on camera because it looks phenomenal in person.
Okay, can I be a smart arse?
What?
You wouldn't be having half these problems if you were doing it on Ada, not even weave.
And he's right, folks. And I could have done it on Ada because it's all whole stitches.
This is actually why I don't stitch on even weave, because I got 4 lines into a project on even weave and had to frog it 5 times.
And I would probably still have the counting drama on on Ada because sometimes I just can't count.
And also, if you haven't noticed, I prefer full stitches. It's got to be something special, and also I've gotten good at stabbing in the center of Ada.
Got that wrong. Okay. My final project for the week was to pull out my weekend project of Greyhound Year. And this you did pick out, because I told you to pick out one, and you said Bandy, and I knew that meant a Greyhound Year by the Blue Flower.
And then she even gave me more decision power. She's crazy.
Because I needed to decide. I am working on the April Hound. I'm working on the April box. I needed to decide what color to make my hound, so I gave him the options. There's a kitty right there. This is on another piece of 32 count aquamarine. Not as dark. Not as awkward to stitch on. There's some awkwardness to that other piece of fabric. That's, I think, some of my counting issue. But I did 841 stitches on this. I finished constructing the outer border of the box and started working on what was in the box. Those are the bunny ears that are on the hound in the box, which is why I wore my bunny ears. So, once I finish the April box, obviously, I will be a third of the way through the year, and I will have the top third of the project done. Hashtag obviously done. And I am doing this all in my own colors that I have picked out because there are 33 fabric. There are 30 some, 20, no, there's like 30, almost 30 threads called for in this. They're all specialty overdyeds. I ain't got time for that. I'm just going to do what I got to do. So that has been my stitching for the week. And so now I do have a little bit of haul, so we'll go into haul. Haul, y'all. He's not gonna eat haul. So my birthday is next week, as is the first meeting of the Needlework Guild. Hi, cat. Of the Needlework Guild year. Someone wants pats.
Like a lot.
Like he just head-butted my arm. So I did the Secret Stitcher over the guild break where we got someone that we would send cards to and stuff, and then at the first meeting we're gonna get them a bigger gift. My Secret Stitcher is not going to be at the first Needlework Guild meeting. So she gave me my gift, a little card, birthday card, and she gave me my gift today because she was at lunch stitching. Yep, I just did that. So, let's unpack it and show you. Got me these absolutely adorable cards. A little Amish scene with my name on it. A note from Laura. I'll have to use these for something because these are stinking adorable. She got me little decorative clothespins. I'm sure I can use those in some sort of FFOing or something. She got me some lotion.
Can you use this with your, oh wait, you're done. Can you use this with your crochet?
I can use it with my crochet also. The scent is Floral Blossom.
Like, I was actually curious. I don't know what my fun is.
Good. And then she also got me this absolutely stellar, look how big it is, coffee mug that says, "Be your own kind of wonderful." This is my kind of coffee mug. It is big. It is big. That is it for the haul, so we're going to move on to plans and announcements. Plans and announcements.
I plan to be awesome.
You are awesome.
I'm going to try to get a little bit of stitching in, but I'm not stitching this weekend. I'm not bringing any stitch with me.
Okay then.
Like, I'm debating whether I'm even bringing my computer.
Take your computer.
Okay.
Alright. Moving on.
But what I do is going to try to do it. When we get to the prompts, I was going to plan it out.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the prompts for this week, which we got on Friday. Monopoly Week. So, over the years, Monopoly have included various tokens for the players to use in one version or another. They include a battleship, a race car, a top hat, a boot, a thimble, an iron, a cannon, a lantern. A cannon? I don't remember there being a cannon.
Yeah, there's an old Civil War cannon. Had the little wheels on the side.
I don't play Monopoly very much. A lantern, a purse, a rocking horse, a dog, a wheelbarrow, a horse and rider, a sack of money, a cat, a penguin, a rubber duck, and a T-Rex.
That T-Rex is definitely not one of the normal ones.
No. So, stitch on a whip that depicts one of these items.
There's a cop-out easy one. Greyhound year.
That's true. Because dog. Dog. Honestly. Oh, Victorian Way has a top hat on it. So.
There's a top hat on a Greyhound year too, actually.
Yes, there is. Okay, well, number 2. The property named Marvin Gardens is a misspelling of the New Jersey neighborhood Marvin Gardens. The property on Monopoly is spelled M-A-R-V-I-N, and the New Jersey neighborhood is spelled M-A-R-V-E-N. Stitch on a whip that contains an error that you decided to keep in the whip.
I don't mind the prompt, but I don't like having to explain it. It's like I don't want other people to know this is here.
Well, how else are we supposed to know there's an error if you don't explain to us?
I know. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just like, that's one of those where I'd be like, what are the alternative stitches?
Oh.
My pride might not allow this.
Alternative stitches are only 300 stitches this week.
Yeah, because, no, that's one of my where I do the extra stitches for pride alone.
Okay, then. Well, Mama, I don't know. Words. While Monopoly can demonstrate more complex economic theories, the recommended player age starts at 8. Stitch on a whip you would recommend to a novice stitcher.
I actually have one for this. Elemental Dragons. It is a monochromatic, variegated floss, and it's just cross-stitch. Most of I have a large number of really nice ink circle pieces that are literally, there's a name for them. I don't know what it is, but it's literally, you rotate it on each of the 90-degree angles, and it's the same no matter what.
It's mandala.
Yeah, it's one that mirrors perfectly, up, down, left, right.
There you go. So, I have already done the stitches for the prompt with the error, and I'm partway through the stitches for this prompt. I am using Lace Corset by Alexander Adelaide because there is a mistake somewhere in the one side. I can't figure out where it is. I'm half a stitch off somewhere. It's causing me a wee bit of aggravation trying to roll with it because I can't figure out where it's off. When I show it next week, I will talk about what I have done to work on compensating for that error and trying to make it work. But then, I think it would be also a good project for a novice because it's full cross. There is some backstitch, but it's very easy backstitch. And there is some beading, but it's not complicated beading, and you could replace it with cross stitch. Replace those beads with crosses very easily, if that was your thing. It is charted in only 3 colors. I am stitching it in only 1 color because I am using a variegated silk. So, next prompt. During World War II, Section 9 of the British Directory of Military Intelligence in the War Office, that would be MI9, developed a system called the Waddington Project of smuggling maps and messages printed on silk fabric. These messages were hidden in Monopoly board games and delivered to Allied prisoners of war by fictitious charitable organizations. Stitch on a whip with letters, numbers, or symbols. pretty sure your map of Hyrule World, your Zelda map.
Though technically, isn't the thing I just told you about a type of symbol?
No.
Like the entire thing itself is a type of symbol?
No. No. Blah, blah, blah. Next one. I would be remiss if I didn't mention strategy when exploring facts about Monopoly. An internet search can provide you with numerous game strategies. Since I can hardly mention even a fraction of them, one commonality among all the strategies I read during my research is that houses are essential if you want to win. Yes, they are. Stitch on a whip with a house. I've got a couple whips with houses.
Actually, so do I.
Yes, you do.
I need to bust out Zelda map.
Playing with something on the table that clicks.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you all heard that. I apologize. So that is all 5 of the prompts, because then we have the Sal bonus and the Daily 30. That is the prompts for the week. I don't know if I'm going to get them all done. We'll see. We have stuff going on this weekend. If you are interested in any of the stuff that I've shown that is Slovak Farm fabric or any of the patterns, you can order them through me. I take requests. I told you guys last week I am in the process of revamping the Shopify page to make it more up to date. And so the easiest way is to just message me. So what would we like those wonderful people to do?
Have a nice day. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, Amy Bobby, the whole YouTube stuff. Sorry, I didn't think that was even close to loud. I actually tried not to ring it.
Thank you all so much for spending a little bit of time with us this week. We hope we have given you some enjoyment, and we will see you all next week.
Cutie, cutie, cutie.